how to convert a commercial property into a residential property. Now, my name's Kevin Wright and I've been brokering property finance for over 20 years. So on this week's video, we're going to be talking about commercial to resi conversions. What's the opportunity and how do you make it happen? Sound good? Hey, keep watching. Now, the COVID pandemic was a game changer in many ways, but one change was the number of businesses that discovered that it was possible, in fact easy, to have remote workers. In other words, workers not in their office or place of work, but actually working from home. Now, that gave a lot of businesses the opportunity to reduce their working space. In other words, cut their costs, whether that's ownership or rental. In fact, some businesses relocated altogether out of city centres. Why did they do that? Well, to take advantage of either lower rental or lower property prices. Net result of that, lots of empty office buildings. And for the smarter investor, they spot an opportunity. Now, commercial to residential projects are not hard to finance. In fact, they're quite easy. You might need a bit of experience depending on how big you want to go, but of course they're only easy if you know how to do it. I mean, we do. Now, it's that old saying, isn't it? You don't know what you don't know. Now, the first thing to work out is where does it sit in terms of planning regulations. You can look at this in a sort of a traffic light way of looking at it. Let me explain what I mean. Now, you get a green light if it comes under permitted development rights. Now, what does that mean? It means the government wants to encourage this type of activity, so they don't want to clog up the planning system with stuff that's going to get a rubber stamp anyway. So they say, look, if you're going to do this, we want you to do this, therefore we're going to already give you the right to do it, you don't need to ask. They still need building regulations, of course, but essentially you can buy it one week and crack on with the conversion the next. So if that's the green light, what's the amber light? Well, the amber light is 56-day prior approval. This means it's pretty much what they want you to do, but it's not quite as cut and dried as with PDR. So you make a submission rather than a full planning application, and the council has 56 days to respond. Now, if they don't respond within the 56 days, essentially they're giving you tacit agreement to crack on. So we looked at green and we looked at amber. What's the red light? The red light is anything that the planners really want to understand what you're doing before they'll permit you to do it. Now, that's going to require a full planning application. So this commercial to resi conversion, what does it get? A green, an amber, or a red light? You've got to get clarity on that first of all. Now, next, you need to be prepared that you're not going to get a mortgage on this. Mortgages are for properties that have been converted or that don't need or require conversion and they're ready to rent out.
Hey, have you subscribed yet? Click that subscribe button down there and that dingy belly thing so you don't miss any of my videos when they're released, which is every week. Great, thanks. I almost forgot, Instagram. Click that button too. Look, it's down there. Thanks.
So if mortgage lenders lend on what is, not what will be, you're not going to get a mortgage lender to lend on a vacant commercial property that you intend to convert into a residential one. Now, it has to be converted first and ready for tenants before you can apply for a mortgage. So how do you buy this commercial property that you want to convert into resi? Well, cash is great. Cash is king. It always is. But maybe you haven't got that much cash. So then depending on the scale of the conversion, it's either bridging finance or development finance. Smaller conversions would be bridging, larger ones would be development. Now, 3 things to consider here. Here they are. 1, if you had the right experience in terms of property and developing or refurbing to give a lender confidence to lend to you. They might not need you to have experience of exactly that type of conversion, but they would want you to have some experience. Commercial to residential conversions, not really for beginners. 2, you need to work out which lender is going to give you the most favourable terms. Well, that's where we come in as brokers. We can help with that. 3, once you know the cost of borrowing, you can work out if it's still viable for you. In other words, is there enough profit in the deal to make it worth doing? Now, here's a steer. Bridgers and development lenders will be looking for you to make a minimum of 20% of the gross development value as a profit after all costs. Sometimes we call this a net profit. Now, if your profit is too skinny, it's going to be difficult to tweak this 20% requirement The conversion costs, i.e. the works costs, well, they're not really going to change, and certainly not in a preferential way. So numbers-wise alone, to make a deal stack that doesn't deal stack, there's one thing to do, and that is buy it cheaper. Now, the seller may not necessarily agree with you, but look, who's going to be able to buy it? So working out all this stuff is probably not easy, and the less experienced you are, the less easy it is. So it'd be beneficial to align yourself with someone that understands this, someone like a specialist finance brokerage like us. We can help you put the right finance package together. Now, bought at the right price, there's plenty of profit potential in converting old unused commercial buildings, whether they be offices or any other building, into in-demand rental properties. Now, sometimes the layout of a particular commercial building could mean it's more beneficial to convert it into houses rather than flats. We brokered several conversions of this type, where you take a 2 or 3 story property and convert it vertically into houses, be they townhouses or just normal 2-story houses. So you need to have a vision of a different use that a commercial property could be put to, and then you need a robust plan of action to put it into action. Now, if you're looking at one of these projects, hey, look, click the link below and let's have a look at it for you. Be very happy to help you. So that's me done for this week, and I'll be back next week with another property finance video. See you then.
If you enjoyed watching this video, did you know every Monday morning at 8:30 I do a live Facebook Q&A. So if you want to start the week with checking out some answers to your property finance questions, click the link here.